This dense forest could be here, here, or even here. This beautiful cat's your mom, and she picked this cozy little rock crevice because it's just big enough for her and too small for anything that would want to eat you. Smart move, especially if you're about to pop out two completely useless newborns. That's you, blind, deaf, and barely stretching to a majestic 5 inches. You're officially the smallest cat in the world. What a title. For the first week of your life, the world is just a blur of darkness and milk. Okay, that's enough. Your mom's gotta go hunting now, which means you're on your own for a few hours. Good luck with that. After 12 days of absolute darkness, you finally see the world you'll have to survive in. But the real danger begins when you reach the first month, when you have to leave the den and face the outside world. And that guy over there, that's your father. Was your father. Your first days after leaving the den are all about watching your mother, learning her hunting techniques, and figuring out how to survive. Because, as you can see, the brutal laws of this world are definitely not in your favor. No worries, though, because your footpaths are soft and narrow, allowing you to move silently across even dry leaves. Good thing, because at your size, everything with a mouth is a potential landlord for your final resting place. Oh, congrats. You no longer have to share your food with anyone. Wait, it's coming toward you. Usually when you feel threatened, you rely on 3 defense strategies developed over millions of years. The first one, completely freeze. It's hard for predators to detect you when you're in this mode. But sometimes it can fail, and that's when you move on to option 2, sprinting at full speed. Your reaction time's so impressive that this fox probably thought you disappeared. Your muscles store energy like compressed springs and release it in bursts of speed, propelling you from stillness to running at top speed in the blink of an eye. Oh, look, it's coming. Okay, let's move on to option 3, hiding in tiny spaces that are hard for predators to track. This is where you truly appreciate the perks of being small in this hellish world. All this running might leave you feeling a bit hungry. Time for something tasty. Your first hunting attempts target insects and small reptiles. You replay every move and technique you picked up from watching your mom in the past few days. Your brain knows what to do, but your body is still figuring out the controls. It looks more like someone having a seizure near a butterfly. It's okay, don't cry. Your first attempts have about 0% success rate anyway. That's why mom takes over and hands you a few tiny pieces of her prey. Different problems, different solutions. By the time you hit 6 months old, you start getting a little aggressive toward other cats. It's not personal, it's just instinct, since your kind prefers the solo life. So you pack up your tiny paws, leave your birthplace like a rebellious teenager, and go claim a new spot that suits your refined taste. You don't stray too far from mom's turf. You're still young and, let's be honest, not exactly a streetwise warrior yet. So the best move? Claim a small nearby spot you can actually defend without embarrassing yourself. You mark your territory with urine that smells like buttered popcorn. Even predators think they're at the movies. You patrol your borders with all the seriousness of a tiny furry security guard. You chase off any other cat who even thinks about stopping by. No visitors allowed. Even though you could fit in the palm of a human hand, gotta respect the confidence. Your daily routine's simple. Sleep all day in places nobody would think to look, then emerge at dusk to practice being terrifying at a miniature scale. The bright green eye shine from your tapetum lucidum's a reflective layer behind your retina that gives you night vision about 6 times more sensitive than a human's. Your ears can pick up the sound of a mouse breathing from 50 feet away. Not bad for something whose ears are the size of fingernails. There it is. Let's talk about that hunting technique. You stalk your prey with the intensity of a serial killer, moving just 1 paw at a time. Your body's so low to the ground you're practically doing a military crawl. Then your tiny jaws clamp down on a mouse twice the size of your head. You might be small, but your teeth are needle sharp, and your bite force is surprisingly strong for a cat that weighs less than a bag of sugar. Dinner served, if you can manage to drag it back without tripping over it. Days go by, sleeping through the daylight, hunting in the dark, and training hard. Little by little, you get better at not hunting, but running and hiding. Yep, that's your true talent, honed over the years. But let's rewind a bit and see how you ended up like this in the first place. Oh, I didn't mean that far, but now that we're here, meet your extremely distant cousins, the early members of the Preonailurus lineage. While most were busy trying to become the next apex predator, your branch of the family had different ideas. See, most cats were following the standard evolutionary playbook. Get bigger, get stronger, get scarier. While the big cats were fighting over who gets to eat the deer, your ancestors were living in the ecological leftovers, the micro-niches that nobody else could physically fit into. I hate to break it to you, but your family's success wasn't about being fierce. It was about never being noticed in the first place. Your ancestors faced evolutionary pressure more from being hunted than from hunting. Those who made noise or took up too much space became someone else's lunch. What's left after millions of years of that kind of pressure is the feline version of minimalism. Stripped down, silent, and optimized. Less muscle, but more efficiency was your gene strategy. Smaller body means lower caloric needs, a sustainable life in seasonable environments where food isn't always plentiful. Over time, your ancestors got better at climbing thin branches, leaping precisely, and navigating vegetation so dense it would give other cats claustrophobia. And despite looking like someone shrunk a tabby in the wash, genetically you're more distant from domestic cats than those big jungle cats are. You're not a mini house cat gone wild. You're the product of a completely different evolutionary strategy. While your distant cousins were becoming lions and tigers, your ancestors took the opposite approach. Shrinking, vanishing into the underbrush. And somehow, that strategy worked. Or rather, kind of worked. Because today, your entire species numbers fewer than 10,000 mature individuals. No known local population exceeds 1,000 adults, as you're scattered across disjointed patches of forests in India, Sri Lanka, and Nepal. So, after millions of years of evolution saying smaller, quieter, sneakier, here you are, munching on a few bugs and tiny lizards.